And just if we weren't out on the ocean, but it was so, the water was so choppy that day, it was like, no. And then another time, before he was born,
We're very happy about it. Yeah, of course.
And I went
Yeah.
to Greece with my mom, and he's got me.
I wish I knew that
Of course,
last
he's
song,
been
but
to
yes,
the island.
it was so,
I know, me too.
Of course, he's been forever.
Fill us out to the.
They do it every year, right? Right now, right when he goes down.
Come on.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Fill us out to whatever you want to drink.
How's it going? Welcome aboard.
Okay, hi.
She's getting the peanut catlow. Sure, anything. I love it.
You know your Silver Irish I used to work on.
What's it?
The Silver Irish, the one that took you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
too.
it was so nice.
That's cool.
Didn't get all of it done in time, but at least I got you somewhat.
Yeah. So, get back in service of it.
Yeah, looks good. We were in the morning.
Yeah, sweet. Really cool.
Yeah.
I used to get a little spoiled running in the Acoma car. I've done that twice now. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is, I want to live in that car.
I've been in that car a couple times, a little bit, but I've never ridden it. That's one thing I've never ridden it.
Yeah. Neat. So
We had an Abaco convention downtown in Albuquerque with Santa Fe.
We burning down last
You live in Albuquerque, or are you
Oh,
guys
sure.
here in Santa Fe?
Albuquerque.
Nice.
Well, we put
Yeah,
our
they make
moves
no
on paper
family.
and we lit it up and watched it fly.
Hey, who's doing the black card? You can always, you have the
They will
knowledge, I
dance
know. Okay, and that's mostly what I thought. Okay, cool. And I
They
talk
will
with
dance
humans there, so we can always get offer. I can use your
I got a
money
Coke.
to do that.
Okay.
Okay, couple of those there. Alright. So with yeah, I can also talk about the other conservation efforts there that we've now finally nailed down. Okay, we're only gonna have.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, it is. We'll be
It
fast.
is. They said it was free, Mom.
We'll be fast.
It was complimentary.
Okay.
This one.
How do you know?
The lady that set us down said it was.
Why would it be? It's on here.
Yeah, if you want to get an extra one.
Oh, so this is.
I don't even need
Why
it.
don't they give me a? Yes. Aren't I supposed to get a meal?
Yeah, you're supposed to get one in Lamy. Yeah.
It's a really fun trip.
Because it's
To give little dishes out. Let me organize. Where are we? Where are the paper? Yeah, well, we have little paper cups.
Hey, Mom, you have your granola bar too. Mom, you also have granola bars. Remember?
Yeah, and granola I brought one.
Yeah, they're chocolate chips. So.
I'm gonna have a Sprite.
Here we go. We're gonna get going now. Just leave it here, and then she'll come back and get it. Trevor, and then she'll take it to the. Here we go. Right on time.
Hear the whistle blowing, rise up so early in the morning. Can't you hear the captain shouting, Dinah, blow your horn. Won't you blow, Dinah, won't you blow, Dinah, won't you blow your horn. Dinah, won't you blow, Dinah, won't you blow, Dinah, won't you blow your horn.
The camera didn't record why we departed the depot.
Someone's in the kitchen,
But I got it now.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Beep-bop in the aisle, beep-bop in the aisle, beep-bop in the aisle, strumming on the old guitar.
Yeah, really, because nobody wants us to have.
We're going to be working on this road. I don't know what's happening right now. Why are we stood here?
I've seen
Well, that's
it.
railroad business for you. That's sort of looking at a parking lot in the back. I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's a train song.
Oh, the railroader, that's what's coming through right now. That's what we're running on.
Ah, that's why. Waiting for the rail runner. This is the one sidecar. Okay. Now I know. The rail runner has priority.
Yes, it does. And they own the trackage.
Impressive. See, I went again on business with my mom since a long time ago, and I'm Catholic, so we went the next day because we were with a tour guide. The next day we went back on the subway system for mass.
I just sort of picked out the guitar players because they were looking at stuff.
Yeah.
So on the way back, he's going to come out and play one.
No, I mean, I'll always remember that too because I thought I felt very fortunate that we did that. You know, that we got to do that.
Here we go. Now we're going.
They're working on it. I know they'll restore it in due time.
Now we're
They are
back.
working on it.
We're going to talk about the actual Sister and Santa thing here pretty soon, since that's sort of where our roots came from.
When that tower
Let's sing
went
about
down.
that.
We can wait for Rail Runner to pass us before we can keep going.
Oh,
They just did.
oh.
We took the siding.
He was about,
Whistle
well,
down the
maybe 8 or
line,
something.
bring your attention number 40.
Godmother was
Everyone's gonna sound that way. That's Santa Pika and Santa Fe.
was like this, kind of thing. I went wrong.
He was told by his steam engineer.
Okay,
So
they robbed the train.
Reckon she knows there's a way.
I had when they stopped kind of like this, they had
Yes, Santa Pika and Santa Fe. Here she
but
comes.
then after lunch, they had a judge
You better put that
saying,
with
rob the
Here she
train. They gave it to them.
The brown suit right away from traveling quite a
Yeah, you
spell.
do.
Where is it?
Well, I help out. That's Santa Pika and Santa
Boy,
Fe.
he
Here she
testified.
comes.
Against the judge.
We had to testify. 8 or 9. They asked, it was like,
I said these guys are
oh, and then this was funny too, because the guys were like, they were like, you pay money, right? So you have to pay over the money. And he said,
I was stubborn.
yeah, and so they were like, no, seriously, you're supposed to give over the money.
Hey, James, you better fix that.
I was like, I'm not all right.
Gotta wish the passenger is not
That's
a fit
right.
to your head.
That's right.
Whistle down the line, bring your attention number 49. The only one that'll sound that way on the edge of your feet, on Santa Fe, on the edge of Santa Pika and the Santa Fe. We have some people here from Philadelphia over there. Philadelphia, out in the front over there. She says that the Zobra came from Philadelphia, so we got to talk to this lady over here. She says that we're not original, so we're going to have to figure that out over here.
Well, anyway, that song that Chris just sang us here, you might have seen the movie back from like 1940, 1941.
Yes, we opened up the
A movie called The Hardy Girl.
There's also a co-order in the water?
Darling sang that song in it.
You didn't throw it in the water.
No, yeah.
Fun kind of sing-along song. And the song is Santa Fe, today better known as the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, which is one of our 3 big freight lines we have in the country. So back then,
Well, I don't know how we're going to open this and split it without it falling.
I'm not going to have any. I don't want any.
From what didn't start in Atchison,
So I
actually
said,
never
if they
came to
just had
Santa
little
Fe.
Dixie cups,
It's
that
kind
would
of
work.
stunning here.
Just
But
pour it in a little cup.
this goes back in 1879. When the railroad finally made its way
No, thank you.
Colorado and made its way finally to through the Rocky Mountains, and it looked like it was going to come to Santa Fe. And the engineers looked at the
Grab my
routes
white
and
sweater
said,
out of there.
"Oh no, that's way too difficult. That'd be way too expensive. There's so many arroyos along the routes. There's always hills and whatnot." And like, look to our left. We're up on a giant embankment right now. So they looked at all this and said, "Oh no, we can't build a railroad there." So they bypassed Santa Fe entirely and went right to Albuquerque. All the citizens from our city were all like, "No, we gotta have the railroad." The railroad is a game changer. Beforehand, to get to Santa Fe, you had to come on the Santa Fe Trail, which leads you from Independence, Missouri, which is where Harry Truman is from. To get here, it's about 700 miles. It could take you 3 months in a caravan to get here, and pulled by mules or oxen.
Most of that trail is
Getting the
going
railroad means you can now, once they build it, you can get out of here in a couple of days to New York City, and it dramatically lowers the cost of bringing people here by freight. And in time, it's so much less here now. So the
have a granola bar, Mom, if you want that.
Huh?
You have a granola bar?
Yeah, I do have a
to fund this 18-mile extension, leaving from
Should have asked
the
for
village of Lane, which is where we're going to stop for lunch. You can do a quick little tour of downtown. It's tiny, cool village. And then the rail yard, where we departed from. The rail yard, by the way, is my neighborhood. I live right there. So super excited to live in such an urban neighborhood. And 1880 is when they got the railroad to open up in Santa Fe. So the route we are taking today is the route of the original spur line for the AT and SF. The first of 3 railroad trains that ran out of the rail yard. The other 2, one of them ran north from the restaurant that's now Tomasitas. You don't dine at Tomasitas before? It's really popular, kind of a brick building, it's got a Spanish blue tile on it. Like a lot of railroad buildings that you'll see all around. I was born in Sacramento, California, and we had a building just like it that is now today's spaghetti factory. So a lot of these old railroad buildings get repurposed because they're valuable.
The restaurant nowadays, this is the station at one point. There used to be track running through that station, the restaurant. There used to be track.
Well, that's
the old River line.
The old River line, that's where they are. One of them was in Mexico Central, which ran south. The rest of the Center Park was
Yeah,
12 little farms.
DFW
The other was the Chili line, which ran north, a narrow gauge railway that went to Antonito, Colorado, which is also where the Cubas and Toltec today ends, which I'm going to do here in a couple weeks when I'm there. So very excited about that. So, that's a really famous line. It's right around, also a narrow gauge railway. They called it the Chili line because they were exporting chilies to Colorado. The chilies is such a defining part of our food. You all know our unofficial, official state question. For those of you who are, for visitors, our state, what's our official question we ask here? Red or green, or Christmas? Okay, very good. Our question here we ask at restaurants, top Western restaurants, is red, green, or Christmas? This is what defines the Mexican cuisine. It's chili, which you spell, by the way, with an E rather than an I. It's Chile, that's the country. And so we don't put a lot of garlic and stuff, but rather we put chili and everything. Hey, Chile. So, those who are visiting, you've got to get to one of our top Western restaurants. It's just a fantastic cuisine. It's not Tex-Mex, no offense to Tex-Mex. It's not Mexican. It's its own distinct thing. It's kind of a hybrid of early Spanish cuisine combined together with native cuisine. It's really distinct and it's absolutely delicious. So, and we'll have a little bit of it down there in Maine today. I think we're having Frito pies. Yeah, excellent. So yeah, kind of a 20th century fun thing. Everyone's favorite summer camp meal. I'm going to turn the microphone back over to Chris, and we'll do some narration as we go along.
Okay, thank you, Garrett. You mentioned red or green, and I just happen to have a song I've written called Red or Green, so there's a little time for you to play on this into it. Any restaurant you go into, that's the question you got to answer. Red or green or red, maybe Christmas instead. Want the chili carbonara, we can serve them any style. And so when you finally know, question of New Mexico, chili pods or chili sauce, dice it up in salsa hot. Do you want it by the slice? Sprinkle chili powder spice. And so when you finally know, question of New Mexico, chili, red or green, a question for the state cuisine. No matter where you go, everybody wants to know.
It is, Mom. It's there in the tent.
Red or green?
They put up shade around the table.
Red or green?
They don't have people sitting outside in the sun.
Red or green?
Trees aren't big enough to cover everyone.
I was hoping we were going to have lunch at, what is that called, the legal tender?
Legal tender. That's for the brunch train.
Yeah, we're not having lunch inside. Because I
No.
know...
But that's part of the tour, though. You get to tour it.
I remember many years back, when it was
Down
very
in
popular,
Taxatimayo,
and it's supposed to be like...
around the Rio is where they go. Rio Arriba, Abajo, the Sea of Valley also. We got some people from Las Cruces here too, way over there somewhere.
Goes out fast.
And so when you finally know, question of New Mexico, chili, chili, so unique, flavor, size, and shape and heat. Varieties of spice of life, I could eat it day or night. And so when you finally know, it's question of New Mexico. Chili, chili, little green, a question for states to see. No matter where you go, everybody wants
For me, I was the guy who helped get the train going. That's how I got a free ticket. I had
Red
connections.
green for Christmas.
I live in
Red
Albuquerque.
green
Wow.
for Christmas. Red
I have a business there, and I live there.
green.
Same road as Redwood Empire Corporation. The one with the private car
Yeah,
and
make your
all the
choices.
stations and stuff.
Thank you. It's time for another train song.
And we have an office up here in Santa Fe.
And he works for the wheels.
Yeah, and I have an office up here for the.
But I can add one really quickly. Normally, this whole countryside looks very brown. And we have had the most incredible monsoon season. This is Santa Fe. Monsoon is our summer festival. And since the middle of June, we've had 9 inches of rain. It's absolutely extraordinary. The desert is just absolutely brilliant right now with color. The wildflowers, you'll see them everywhere. We don't get to see these very often. They kind of receive, they're just everywhere. They sort of wait until they have enough rain and from a group, they pop out. So we are so privileged to have a summer like this in Santa Fe. It's just remarkable. In a few minutes, we're going to come up and see a really cool interchange where we're going to be slowing way down because we have an old railroad trestle that we're going to cross over that is original from 1880. All on the route, you're going to see a whole bunch of causeways they had to build. This was all way before they had bulldozers. So they had manpower with shovels to build up all these embankments to make the route much more flat. Even as you come down to the lane, it's fairly steep when you come down the railroad. You'll see all on the way, you'll see all kinds of arroyos, and then you'll notice these causeways. They had to build this whole thing up, the route that we're going to take here today, to make it fairly flat for the railroad.
Because they were doing a prescribed burn.
We are actually coming up here right on the corner. So you can see here right now from that side, so left side of the train, and in a minute you'll see on the right hand side, you'll see this old trestle. So we're about to slow down, we're going to go over it at about 2 or 3 miles an hour. So old. We have this great curve you're going to see up ahead. And you'll notice here, notice the entire embankment.
This is pretty.
It's this huge
On
contour
the other side, we're going past with the old track line.
They built this entire embankment that we're on right now with man-with shovels. And much of the route has these embankments along it.
You want to
It's
do
pretty
what you came out of the
incredible how
railroad?
labor-intensive this
That's the
was.
bridge we're going over again.
Oh,
And here comes up here the old trestle, again from 1880, so again we're going to go really slow over it. And then right past it, I want to point out there's a really cute little farm right past it. They got like baby donkeys, they got some goats on it. It's like, squeeze! Yeah. So it's right after the trestle. You can see this little place here, there's some ponies and so on. But it's pretty amazing. Again, this is the original route that we're traveling on. They did, of course, upgrade the rails and the ties when they reopened here, the Sky Railway here back in December. So we're very modern facilities here today.
mountains in the background here.
And lastly, I'm going to turn things over to Chris, back over to Chris here in a second, but anytime you wish to go outside onto the flat car, it is open. Just go through the other car and enjoy yourself. Do bring your hat and do wear sunscreen. If you did bring sunscreen, you come talk to me, because I pretty much swim in it. So if you need it, I got it. So. But it's really fun hanging out on the flat car. You can see so much more.
Yeah, they're closed off.
We will have a stop on the way back to Galatasaray Basin where we get out and we talk about the geology and also about the early human habitation of the Galatasaray Basin.
Go out there and
There's
film.
a ghost right there.
Are we going to be on that side when we come back? Oh, but only if we're in
All right,
the
Chris, take
city.
it away.
Sing along.
Figure it goes that way and then backwards. We'll be on this side going back.
Are we going to keep the same seats somewhere?
Yeah, we don't.
no fun, no fool, no fence. Ain't got no cigarette sign, 2 hours of a pushing moon miles, 8 for 12 for bedroom. Man of means by no means, king of the road. Third box on did not change, destination for worn out shoes.
They had it closed when I pulled out the
Ain't
change.
no union to
And there's a generator on the flat car. So operating that car behind us.
so but not to get around. Man of means, but no means,
Probably wasn't much in
king
there.
of the road.
Looks like most ice.
I know every begins and whatever the train, all of the children and all of the men, every handshake and every town, every look that ain't looking, know what's around. No friends, ain't got no cigarettes on, 2 eyes, a fishing bloom by, 8 for 12 for the room. Man of means by no means, king of the road. Man of means by no means, king of the road.
Every day. Every day. Here every day. Well, we have friends in Albuquerque that live up into the mountains. On the suicide. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because all these homes have all that glass. You know, it's all windows. Yeah. Yeah. Well, our friends that live up into the mountains in Albuquerque said the amount when they built an extension on their home, it's all windows on this road. And you just, it's this vista of, the first time I walked in there, I was like, wow, what a view. I mean, I have the same thought, like every day when you walk, you get up and you see these beautiful, it's like, wow.
Some things are done. Dreaming about the world is one, and I believe it could be someday it's going to come. I thought it was the darkness, the rise of peace train, peace train, take this country, to take me home again.
I never will know that. You have to spend a lot of money.
And they will jump on the peace train. Come on the peace train. Shake bags together. Go bring you the friends too. Cause it's getting nearer. Soon it will be with you. Come and go in the middle. It's not so far to you. And it's getting nearer. Soon it will all be
My house is not big, it's 2,000 square feet. And now it's for $330,000, but I'm like,
sounding loud, out on the peace train.
why
Come on the peace train, the peace train.
and people are buying all in that area all over the place, and it's like, wow, I mean, it's not
Been crying lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on hating? Why can't we live and live? From the edge of darkness, there rides a peace train. The peace train takes this country and take me home again. The peace train sounding loud, right on the peace train. Ooh,
So I've been watching again my home values and
So, my friends, my guests, I want to talk a bit about the Civil War, and some of the Civil War that was actually fought right around here, which is kind of remarkable. Remember, the war broke out in 1861 over the question of the expansion of slavery, and there was an army of Texans that decided they were going to march up from San Antonio and occupy New Mexico. That did not sit well here with our population. Texans, by the way, tried to take over New Mexico twice before. And so when this thing happened, you had all these young New Mexicans volunteered for the Union to fight against the Texan army that invaded. They came up marching up the Rio Grande. They fought a battle. We call it the Battle of Val Verde, which the Union officially lost, but it was just a tactical defeat. And the Confederate Army continued to move up north. They occupied Santa Fe. And then their goal was to move on to the Colorado gold field. They wanted to capture, remember this is 1862, so 3 years after the Pikes Peak gold rush. So they're going to go up there and try to capture all this gold. They actually with the goal of not only getting Colorado, but going on to California and extending slavery all the way up to California, which is my home state. So creating like a southern version of Manifest Destiny, and having the Confederacy reaching from sea to Chinese sea. They were stopped here, which is a really big deal. There was a battle that was fought in these mountains, right over here to our left. So these are the southernmost section of the Rocky Mountains, called the Sangre de Cristo, or the Blood of Christ. And up here there's a pass up there called Morieta Pass. There in March 26th of 1862 was fought a small battle, but no near today as the Gettysburg of the West. So not nearly as large as that battle was. But nonetheless, a really important battle, because the Confederates lost that battle. They fought this battle right in the middle of Virginia. And by the way, the battlefield today is part of the Pecos National Historical Park. So if you go, or actually, by the way, it's actually pronounced Pecos, but we all say Pecos. But if you go to visit the national park, which is really beautiful, and they have this huge remains of a pueblo, along with the mission church and along with an amazing steeple right next to it. If you do want to go see the battlefield, it's actually part of the Pecos National Historical Park. So it's self-guided. You have to go get the code from the rangers, and then you drive over, there's a gate, you punch the code in, and then you simply explore. There are interpretive signs to go see it. It's really, really cool to go see the battlefield. It's small, but it's an amazing little event here in New Mexico history. This was a battle that there were New Mexico volunteers that fought there. There were Colorado gold miners who came down here under John Chivington. They galloped all the way. They made this incredible march on horseback in the middle of December through all the snow to get here to save New Mexico from the Texans who were marching up here. And then, of course, you also have some U.S. Army elements. The key thing about the battle took place, the Confederates pushed out Union forces in the canyon, but at the same time, the U.S. Army pushed over a column over the mountain, over Glorieta Mesa, and they came down the mesa and they found the Confederate supply train, which they burned. And then they found their huge herd of horses and donkeys, which they slaughtered. And at that point, that made it untenable for the Texans to stay up here, because they lost their supplies, they lost their ability to travel and to campaign in the desert, and very quickly they retreated back to Santa Fe. Look at this, look at the wildflowers over here. Just absolutely incredible, and also beautiful horses. There are so many flowers here, it's just unreal. It's so beautiful. Again, we're so privileged right now to see this. The desert is just absolutely come to life here, thanks to all the rain that it's done. It's just wonderful. our visitors to Santa Fe, a lot of the trees that we see here up on the high desert, the main trees that you'll see are the pinon trees, which are kind of in trouble here with global warming. Pinon trees really depend upon their sap to protect themselves from the bark beetles. But the other really common ones you'll see are junipers.
When I drove it was
And
over
those
an
are
hour
an
and
important
1
element for
minute.
making gin, and it's a berry that produce every 3 or 4 years.
You're not on the highway, you're in the back like this.
The word, the word gin itself comes from the Dutch word for juniper.
Like Santa Domingo, Pueblo, San Felipe, Pueblo will be a sign.
So in a little bit later weekend, it's going to be coming up
But
to
then halfway through,
Eldorado.
when you get to like 5 or 9, you're right by the interstate. You go by the
Where they've done the
interstate.
crucial
Yeah, as you
scene
come
in
into Santa
Breaking
Fe, you're by the
Bad.
interstate, but all the
Rick,
way
everyone watch Breaking
Yeah,
Bad?
see the
along,
yeah.
see
How many
the
go watch that show, Breaking Bad? Wow, bunch of it, homework to watch. There's a great team we'll talk about in episode 5.5 in an episode called Heavy Freight, where they filmed the scene where they stole the methylamine off the train, which was actually the Santa Fe Southern back then, which went out of business in 2012. But it used to run right along this line, and they found a really special spot where there's no houses, where they could stage this great train operation, where they drained the methylamine off the train. So,
Look, there's
you
the
can
Bruce
watch that scene on YouTube.
You can see the other train, part of the train when you're on the curve. It was curved.
Breaking Bad in it, other than that train. So I think I didn't went
I
out.
mean, there's scenic views,
Really, really cool.
and let me say,
All right, back to you, Chris.
between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, if you look at the road sign, there'll be a sign that says La Cienega. And if you would follow those, it's only open certain times of year, but if you would follow that sign when they have fiestas out there, it's way in, so you're, you know, the interstate will
Just
go
can't wait to get on the road again. My love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. My love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Like a band that keeps easily go down the highway. We're the best of friends. Just to let the world will turn out our way.
It's so different. I never believe it's the same place. Yeah, La Cienega. So, yeah, they just had a fiesta there not too long ago.
Oh yeah, people do.
On the road again.
I was with my friends.
Going places that I've never been. Seeing things that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Like a band that keeps easily go down the highway. We're the best of friends. Just to let the world turn out our way. And I on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
I don't remember what type of.
I'm not nervous and making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. No, I can't wait to get on the road again.
And they filled all the men
Hey, Willie's in the house.
So it was this huge thing that I never realized had happened there. And so, you know, you come here at night.
And Mr. Cash is in the house. We're going to have a Mr. Cash song going to train. I hear that train coming, it's rolling down the wind. I ain't seen the sunshine, I don't know when. That rainy, this time keeps dragging on. but that train keeps rolling to Albuquerque town. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy. Don't ever play with guns, but I shot and just to watch you die. When I hear the whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I've been through a big smoky, and I can't sit down in front. But probably drinking coffee, just smoking big cigars, but I know I can't run. I know I ain't be free. Pretty flowers, but those who just keep moving, and that's what tortures me. But they freed me from this prison. The railroad brings mine. I bet I'd move a little far to stand that's where I want to stay. And let that old song whistle go my blues away. I hear the train come, it's rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. And I'm stuck in the rain. I'm driving home. And that train keeps rolling from Albuquerque town. And that train keeps rolling.
And let me tell you, yes, open the window, and when I was a young person, when I was very young, I couldn't run, but I moved to Mexico, and I was 20, when I was 23, okay, so I'm a very young.
When we get to El Dorado, I'm from El Dorado, so I've got a special song to sing for you there.
Okay, and so
We're not there yet. It's an urban community about 8 miles south of town. About 6,000 people live there. And there's this one little lady, I hope you see her. She's driving a cherry red Subaru once we get in Little Lane. And I got a song about her, and maybe we'll find her if we're very woke in El Dorado. You know, gluten-free, the coffee's got to be, the perfect kind of coffee. So, we know what's going on here in El Dorado. At any rate, that's where I live, and I love it out there. Because it's far enough to live from Santa Fe to give us about an acre or two of land. But then
No, it was never. It surprised us.
It
was surprised us.
It's cold. Oh man, it's snow. That's one of them. It's our trivia, rain song trivia. This one. I'm told long ago. It's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time.
We get off the street, we have to walk over to our hotel.
So they say, rain on a sunny day, I know, shining down like a water. Sing it with me. I wanna know, have Have you ever seen the rain?
We're at the old Santa Fe.
I wanna know. Have you ever
It was
seen
a couple
the
weeks ago. It was
rain?
on our news because they designated
Coming
that
down on a sunny day.
main building with a lot
Okay,
of
that's enough of that one. Let's see. These are short ones. There's a really old one.
hard to come by anywhere.
Eddie Rabbit. Oh my God. Well, hello. Look at hello. No, it makes me feel good. Well, hello. No, I don't know that one. Good enough.
Stayed at
Look
the
at that
end of
one.
Loretto. Another block from the town. It was very pretty. I didn't think the service was very good, but it was very pretty.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend.
You know, I'm like, why would you pay all that money for it?
And I always thought that I'd see you.
I mean, I guess it's the oldest hotel now in Santa Fe.
Thanks,
You know, the
Taylor.
lobby is very,
How about it?
Mexican, you know, it was Spanish, Mexican, the lobby is very big and it looks very, it looks historical. And then they have a pretty little,
Singing
outside
in
and
the
got
rain.
fountains running and things.
Singing in the rain.
Their rooms are,
Glorious feeling. I'm happy
stay
again.
down in the money, I stay at the Rolanda or the Inn of
Stars
Loretto.
up above. Suns in my
Why do you want to see it first?
ready to
The
love.
bathroom was super teeny tiny,
Singing
you
in the
know,
rain.
because it was no hotel.
Singing in the rain.
So,
Glorious feeling. I'm happy again. I'm laughing and crying. So dark like the world. Singing,
they have like
singing in the rain.
5-star restaurant.
I love that one. I need to learn
Very
that one.
famous from there.
Cool. Inflatable pool. A dance hall. I don't know that one. Okay, back to Creedence Clearwater. They got all sorts of songs that either rain or not. So the rain's probably already stopped, or is it still raining? All this I remember. Rain's been falling down.
Their restaurant
Clouds of mystery pouring.
is very pretty.
Confusion on the ground.
Very old world.
Good men through the ages. Trying to find the sun. And I wonder, still I wonder, who will stop the rain. With down Virginia, seeking shelter from the storm.
Where we're staying
Caught
now.
up in a fable,
And you know, and they charge you
watching the
$25
towers
a night
go.
all the hotels to park your
I
car.
hear plans and new
No
deals,
free breakfast.
wrapped
So
in golden
now the parking's
chains.
free, the breakfast is
And I
free.
wonder, still I wonder, who will stop the rain?
Which I used to think was expensive, but now I guess it's cheap.
And I wonder, still I wonder,
Because
who
it's about a
will
step
stop
down
the
and a walk to the plaza, which is
rain?
no big
These are vignettes.
but
We're getting
it's
vignettes.
all along the way.
How about,
But they certainly drop their
what's my
price.
favorite one? In the clouds, though I see her,
I just saw the
blue eyes cry in the rain. When we kissed high and parted, I knew